In 3 enthralling days of cricket, I guess that late wicket here on day 3 probably swings things Yorkshire's way, but still plenty of cricket to be played tomorrow.
Oh, hugely exciting 3 days of cricket. I've loved every minute of it. Yeah, wicket at the end, that happens, you know. I would say, yeah, they're probably going into tomorrow favourites, but I can assure you one thing, the way we're playing our cricket this year and the way we intend playing for this next period of time, we're not going to give up without giving it a right crack.
And we saw at the end of their second innings actually that if you get a partnership going, whilst it's not easy to bat, runs do come, and you know the total can rise quite quickly, and I guess that's what we've got to hope for tomorrow.
Yeah, and look, Ben's a fantastic player. Been a bit unlucky this year actually so far with things how they've gone, so he's due actually. You don't average 40 without being a bloody good player, so it'd be nice if we can support him. Obviously Ollie's been batting well this year, and you never know. 3 youngsters, I can't predict what will happen with them, but all I know is they'll give everything for the cause.
A lot of talk over the winter in the game about spinners and producing quality spinners. We've seen a fine display from 2 young spinners. Obviously, from a Sussex point of view, Jack Carson. How impressed have you been with him?
First and foremost, what a terrific lad. He's been an absolute pleasure to work with. Nobody tries hard on this guy. He works so hard. He bowls more balls than anybody else. He's the first in the ground every day. He's the first person to be bowling. He deserves every bit of success he's getting at the moment because he's given it an absolute red hot go. He's an absolute pleasure to first and foremost coach, but also as a human being, he's a fantastic lad.
And his skill levels for someone so young, you know, it's amazing the consistency with which he bowls, and you know, he 40 overs effectively in that second innings, going at barely 2, picking up a 5 for. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you're not expecting of 20-year-old spinners, is it?
Jack's probably expecting of himself, you know, he sets himself high standards. This is only his 7th game. He's 20 years old, just turned 20. He's bowling at international cricketers. You know, you watch Joe Root all winter playing spin brilliantly, and he gets him out. He's bowling, you know, balanced, live. There's Willie, there's other people. The bottom end's been difficult to bowl that whole game, and also we lost the toss, so he doesn't even get to bowl on it last. I couldn't be more proud of him. I think we've played some really good cricket so far this season. We've played amazing cricket for 3 days. I still think there's a twist in the tail tomorrow. I've got every confidence that it's ebbed and flowed this game, but we're not going to give up with a fight, and stranger things have happened.
And I guess no man you'd rather be out there in a situation like this than our skipper Ben Brown.
Yeah, Ben is. We're building our own relationship at the moment. We're getting on fantastically well. We're now getting on the same level on so many counts. I might mention, you know, we've got a few things wrong between us in Lancashire, but I think not only is he a fantastic player, but I think he's capped him brilliantly last 2 games, tactically. Balancing out, he's lost a bowler, he's had to manage George with his heel. Obviously we don't want to overload Ollie as well, but also we don't want to overload a 20-year-old spinner. So he's had to be so clever how he's used the spinners, how he's used the seamers. I think tactically he's been spot on these last 2 games, and I think he deserves a bit of luck, you know, tomorrow. And yeah, like you say, he's a fighter, he's a street fighter. He'll give absolutely everything tomorrow, and like I said, anything can happen.
Obviously, plenty still to happen in this game, but with a small squad and some young seamers, how much of a challenge is that going to be managing your resources going forward?
I mean, obviously we're going to try and look after everybody, not just the young seamers, young spinners. It is a small squad, so we can't really afford too many injuries, and you know, we've got to look after Robinson just as much as we have. You know, I tried to look after Sean, and unfortunately he's got a side strain, so he's going to be out for a while. Young Crocom's played 2 games back to back. He's got, you know, some slight niggles. We're going to have to manage him. George, like I said, sore foot, heel. We'll have to manage him. And Ollie, you can't just, you know, he's not a bowling machine. You can't just plug him in and keep him going. You know, he has to rest at some stage. If we want to get the best out of Ollie Robinson, plus we want him to play for England, and we want to give him the best chance to play for England, and we'll definitely look after him and his workloads.
And 3 games in, enjoying it?
Loving it. We're playing a brand of cricket I really enjoy. We're very competitive. I couldn't have asked for any more from every single player, but also all the players who haven't played. Everybody in the backroom staff, we're all equal. We've all got a voice. Everybody puts in. It's not just because you're a spin coach, it doesn't mean to say you can't do the batting. If you're a batting coach, look after spinners. Everybody's putting in a shift. We've got an analyst, doesn't just do analysts. He's doing ID, he's replying to this. He could be the general manager.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.